Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuned into the hottest podcast on the internet. All raw opinions. Come on. Norma, I see you. Rollo. All raw opinions. Let's talk about it.
Welcome back. Yo, yo, yo.
Yo,
what
up, Mo? How you doing? Man,
Happy weekend.
It's been a hot one. I cannot lie. It is a hot one out there now.
Hot.
It's hot. It's July. It's getting hot in here. It's July.
It is.
Speaking about hot though, we got somebody hot in the studio today.
Yes, we do. We got a Latina entrepreneur, Alejandra. Welcome, Alejandra.
Let's get some claps.
Thank you.
Put some claps in there. Yeah.
Yes.
How you doing, Allie?
Great. Thank you so much for having me. It's really nice of you guys to have me, and I know it's super last minute, but
yeah,
I'm glad I was here.
No,
thank you for coming.
Yeah.
We're very excited because you know what? You are a Latina and you're an entrepreneur, and that's fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I think it's very amazing, and we're like here on the podcast, we like to promote that. We want to put a spotlight on Latinas and Latinos and just everybody in general. But it is nice to see a Latina doing her thing with her business. So
thank you.
Yes,
maybe you can start out telling us like what exactly you do though, like what and how you can help people.
Yeah. And when did you start?
So I started, I want to say about a year ago, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, so super fresh. I grew up in Northern Virginia. I actually was bartending out there for the longest time.
Oh, you know how to make drinks?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay.
She should be judging Casey's drink because he just made her a drink.
That's why I said I was like, oh, a whole cocktail. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's good though, by the way.
Oh, okay. Good props to Casey.
That's what you're here for. Sorry, go ahead.
No. So, I did that for a really long time. I opened up a couple restaurants. I help people open up restaurants. And I was definitely one of those, what everybody used to make fun of me. They're like, you bring all the crowd in, like you're just such a people person. And, long story short, I was like, okay, maybe I should start opening up restaurants. And I got into, I talked to a couple of people and people wanted me to actually open up restaurants over there. And I had to make a random decision of, is this what I want for my whole life? Or do I want to do something more with it?
Right.
Always wanted to come out here to California. And one day I was like, you know what? I'm going to take the little bit of money that I have and I'm just going to go.
Nice.
So I came out here. I mean, I did know people out here, but they were in the whole entrepreneurship, right? So they had their own business and all of that. And I was like, I want to do that. I want to be there. So I took the risk and I came out here. I wanted to originally do real estate, which I did. I started off with doing wholesales and I wanted to get my license out here to do real estate. And I happened to meet somebody and he was like, why don't you do this for businesses? It's the same concept. Right. So long story short is I said, okay. I didn't know what I was doing. No idea. I had no idea how to read the financials. I had no idea, like absolutely nothing. And I just sat for a whole month and just studied, looked up mergers and acquisitions. And next thing you know, people are like, oh, you buy and sell businesses. Help me. How do I do that? How do I get into that? So long story short, I help people who want to exit their business and also who want to buy their business.
Oh, interesting.
That's very interesting. Yeah.
And it seems like you have, do you agree that you kind of have to have a knack for that? You got to be a people person, right?
Yeah. So you definitely do. You definitely do have to have that personality where people feel comfortable around you. People trust you. You have to have that, how do I say it? Confidence, right? When you're talking to people, because it's like buying a house. They're they're giving you their life savings or whatever that looks like. So you definitely have to know what you're doing and make people feel comfortable around you.
And that was a risk you took because you left for Virginia. You're like, I'm going to take this and I'm going to go and I'm going to do this. Were you at all scared to take this risk and be like,
that's
man,
a big risk.
What if I fail?
Yeah.
Did you think of that at all?
Yeah, and we actually did fail at first. It was probably the first, that's what we were talking about earlier, 6 months.
Right.
Where it was like nothing. Building everything out, trying to learning the process, what works, what doesn't work. And I think finally after the 6 months, we started seeing actual sales and, the basically closings and all of that. And when we finally saw our first one, we were like, we're going up from here.
Right.
And it's been a great journey. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Because I would think, man, you're thinking, man, I'm going to leave from Virginia
to
California,
That's a jump.
That's a big jump. And you're taking this risk to be like, I'm going to try to do this.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Right? And I mean, that's kind of scary. I mean, I would be scared.
Yeah.
Did you come alone?
So complicated.
I'm being nosy.
It sounds like a relationship issue.
Wait, I'm being nosy, but you know what?
Sounds like
here we talk about everything. Everything.
Yeah.
Look it. We keep it real, people. We keep it real.
So long story short, yes, it was due to a relationship.
Right.
And but I'm happy I did.
Yeah.
It
was meant to be though, regardless.
Yeah.
So now you're succeeding.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And you're rising.
Right.
And you're doing very well for yourself.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
So tell us about that.
Like I said, it's been a journey. I've had to, learn so much and how to cut out a lot of people, in my life, including my family. We're Spanish. I mean, I talk to them, but I had to kind of distance myself a little bit because, in our culture, it's we just go by what our parents teach us, right? And for the most part, my family was, the old school way of you have to work hard, And I was kind of like, you know what? I get it. I want to work hard, but I also want to work smart.
Right.
I don't want to be like my mom is, at home right now. I think she's almost like 70 and, living with my sister, like barely making it by. I'm like, oh God, I want to be able to buy my mom a house. Like, I want to, that's me. Yeah. Like that's my main goal is like, I want to buy you a house and I'm not going to stop until, I'm able to do that. But yeah, it's quite a journey.
You want to be comfortable, and you don't want to ever have to worry about making ends meet.
Right.
And I think you're seeing yourself like as you're not going to stop till you get there.
Oh yeah.
And that's me.
Yeah.
Like the same like us. Yeah. Like we're going to grind till we get to where we want to get, right?
It's interesting because you brought up the whole like old school mentality. Our culture, we're about like work, Yes. Mm-hmm. But I think now in 2023, it's good to have that work ethic, but to start using and no offense to anybody who has to do those jobs, those are great jobs, but you're starting to say, you know what, I'm going to use more business mind. I'm going to try to be more of a CEO. I want to do more of the top stuff, and I respect that. I think it's an awesome thing you're doing. And and like I said, we want to spotlight you people who are doing that, especially from our culture. Yeah. So as far as the PR work, I guess you could call it PR work, right?
Yeah.
What other challenges do you see in that? Do you get any like because with the whole social media boom, with the podcast boom, let's be real, there's so many avenues you can take in this business, and you're there to help people out, So, but do you see any challenges? Like, what's the best advice you can give somebody who wants to start a business?
I think the main challenge, or what people really don't overcome, is your own fear.
Right.
Like, just who cares? Just do it.
Right.
And as a woman too.
Yeah.
Let's talk about those challenges also with that.
Yeah. That's a whole nother thing.
Right.
Sometimes I get on the phone with a lot of my clients, and first of all, usually it's like a Zoom call, and I am young, I'm blonde, and I'm Spanish. Yeah. Like there's like
all the great things in life.
They're like, they get thrown off, and they're kind of like, are we on the same page here?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And I have to, I start talking, and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, and I think it can be a hit or miss. At first they don't really take me seriously, and then I have to prove myself, and they're like, oh, okay, yeah, you know what you're doing. Definitely gonna come back. We're definitely gonna do business, or definitely gonna recommend you to whoever. But yeah, I think the main challenges, or the main thing that gets in the way for people is definitely fear.
You know what? I agree with that, because starting this podcast was I had a lot of fear, but it didn't stop me from starting it, because I said, if I don't start it, I'm never going to start it. Right.
Yeah.
And I think this was probably the first thing that really had me motivated, especially with Casey's, motivation and this big head's motivation. We went forward, and now there's no way of turning back because now we have to succeed somehow, right? We're succeeding, but we haven't succeeded to our full potential.
Right.
And we're just going full forward.
Let's give ourselves a break. We're only on what, episode 20? I think you're gonna be 24. I mean, we're doing pretty good.
Yeah, but we have to be hard on ourselves. Yeah, we really do, right?
Yeah, she's the boss.
Yeah. We do. We
right,
do.
King Cholo?
Oh yeah.
No, we do. We do have to be hard on ourselves because if we're not, no one's gonna be hard on ourselves. Because anybody, if anything, everybody's gonna not want to you to succeed.
Right.
But ourselves.
And not only that, but people sometimes they'll get comfortable. And they won't push into the next level. Right. And if you stay comfortable, you're just going to go back down.
Right.
That's what I'm afraid of, and I don't want to get there. So I think every time we do a show, I'm pushing forward. Like, I know I'm networking and I'm doing what we have to do, but I tell these guys, no, we got to keep pushing. And I know until we start doing a show, that's when we get hyped up, right?
Yeah, right.
But it is the fear. Yeah. I think there's always fear of failure. But I don't want that.
But the fear of failure makes you work harder because you don't.
Yes.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes, and we're not going to.
Yeah.
We're not going to. You heard me?
Just stay consistent. Just stay consistent.
I have fear of her, not the whole.
Me too. Me too.
We the co-hosts here.
We're like big sister, little sister. I'm like,
we could be replaced at any time.
Just like,
like my mom used to do when I was little.
Hey, like King Cholo said, we can be replaced anytime.
Anytime.
No, I could. Honest to God, I would not know what I'd do without both these big heads. Like I love them to death, and he's like my brother, and we go at it. And at the end of the day,
we've known each other since junior high. We've said this so many times on the podcast.
I know, but honestly, I love him like my brother, and I fight and I bicker with him like my brother. And at the end of the day, he's my brother, you know. And I honestly would not be anywhere. And yes, it's my podcast, but even if I created it, I wouldn't be anywhere without them.
Yeah, that's another thing. Didn't mean to cut you off.
No,
no.
That's another thing. You know, having a good group of people around you that are that see the same vision. Because if you don't have that support, you can't do it by yourself. No. There's no way.
No way.
No way.
Well,
you know.
I'm sorry, did I interrupt you? My bad.
That's what we do on the show.
I did, but it's okay.
Yeah.
Alejandra, this is what we do on the show. So this is.
Well, I just kind of want to ask you this, because I feel like we need to get this on tape. You know, so let's say the person, like, just for people for the viewers that are watching who really want to know this, that let's just say I'm starting a business. What is the way if I contact you?
Yeah.
What do you like? How can you help me start my business? Social media, or if it's anything, like, how would you help?
Yeah. Well, for one, you know, I would do a one-on-one.
Okay.
Ask you what exactly it is that you're trying to do. What are your, pretty much, I'll be kind of like your counselor at first.
Okay. Yeah.
You know, write me your whole plan. Yeah.
It'll be a long conference call with us.
You know, walk me through step by step. What is your, and usually this is what I like to do. What is your end goal? And then let's go backwards.
Okay.
Right. So what is your end goal? What are you trying to accomplish? And then let's go backwards. Meaning, what are you looking, you know, in the first year, what are you looking to make? What exactly it is that you are doing to help whoever. What is it that you provide, especially because, you know, business, it's first of all, what are you bringing to the table for anybody else?
Right.
So what are you doing that people need? Mm-hmm. What is it, you know, the amount that you want to make? Is there a cause behind it? And then one main what is the reason? Is it for money, or is it because you are genuinely trying to you have a purpose, right? There's just a lot that goes into it. And then, you know, based off that, I'll help you with marketing. I'll help you with PR. I'll help you with the connections. You know, there's just a lot. Operations that goes into it. The back end. There's like a whole process, but pretty much I'll have like a long call with you and just break it down, you know, but originally it would be, hey, what's your end goal? And let's slowly break it down.
So go ahead.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
How successful are people? Let's say someone starts with you and says, look, I want to start a business within the next 5 months, for example. I don't know what the months, or, you know, what the length of starting a business is, right? Mm-hmm. How successful is someone when they start with you?
So I'd say, you know, it would, to be honest, it's going to depend on the person.
Right.
You know,
You can only lead them.
I can give you all the tools and whatever, but if you don't use them,
right.
Then I
do you
can't
connect them with people that have the resources to help them start the business? Like, for example, we have this podcast, right? Mm-hmm. And I tell you, hey, this is where we're at. We're only 5-6 months in. Can you help me,
elevate
to where I need to be?
Yeah.
And if I asked you to help me, how long do you think I would get to the point where I need to be? We need to be.
Yeah, I usually like to say the first year is probably going to be the hardest. Right. Usually, at least what we've seen in our company too is the first 6 months are trial and error.
Right.
And then after that, and then after that is definitely you just scale from there. But like I said, the first year is definitely going to be the hardest. And then usually from year 2 and up, it's again up to you.
Have you had successful podcast people that you've helped that are now doing well?
I haven't really had any podcasts, which is why I was telling you I would be curious to also, do this with you guys too. Right. Because I know as far as bringing people, for example, to the show, I can provide that. Marketing, I can provide that. Those areas I can help you out with, especially with the people that I know. Let's just say when it comes to marketing, PR, that space is fairly small, and we're all kind of connected.
Right.
So we kind of all help each other out to help the next entrepreneur. Right.
Oh, nice.
So it usually, if you stick around entrepreneurs, they'll help each other out to grow. Nice. Which is and then you just continue to grow as a team.
Well, basically, I mean, tell me if you agree or not. I mean, a business is a business. You just got to give. You know how to give a business plan. You know how to help them. This is what you need to do. This is your business. Okay, this is what we do, and attract social media. Google searches, all that stuff. That's what I think. What you probably you do all that stuff. Okay.
Yeah. If you need connections with celebrities, I remember I had a guy reach out. He had a jewelry store, and he was doing a grand opening for a jewelry store. He was like, I want Miss America. I was like,
dang.
Okay. All right, sure. So we were able to get him, her to show up. And
for example, if I want 50 Cent on my show, would you bring him in?
It would be tough, probably. A lot of money.
$1.5 million.
Okay, what about Snoop Dogg?
A lot of money, but
that's $2.5 million. Snoop Dogg's a lot.
I'm just throwing someone out there.
What about just getting me on someone's show? How much? They got to pay me to be on the show, baby.
I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, we can figure it out. We can definitely do that. It's just some of them are going to be more than others. That's all I'm going to say.
Right.
Yeah.
But you're kind of the middle person between that. You help because, and not only that. Like if I was a business owner, I wouldn't want to deal with that. I want to contact someone with you. This is what I want.
Yep.
Dude.
Yeah. Well, it also it kind of goes in hand with buying and selling the businesses too, because if I have a person who's coming in and he's buying a business that's not doing very well and he wants to grow and scale the business, what's the way to grow and scale a business? It's going to be through marketing and through PR.
Right.
So it just goes hand in hand, which is why I decided to go in both directions. So when I do have those companies who they hit their cap, but there's also, they haven't had any real publications or they haven't had any real influencers or anything like that. Like there's another level you can reach, but you haven't tapped into that. We can talk about that now. Okay. Right. So, yeah.
Interesting.
Wow. But it's amazing what you're doing because you are a Latina woman. You are an entrepreneur.
Yes.
You don't see a lot. I mean, you do see them, but you're out there hustling, and like me, like I feel like I'm hustling, you know, and I give you props because you are a Latina woman, kicking ass out there,
Thank you.
I want to just put the Latina women out there.
Can I build on that? Can I build?
Yes, go build on that.
Let's build on this, King Cholo. Let's build on.
Oh, what are you getting me into?
I'm bringing you in.
Better be nice because you got two women here.
So we got the business part. We know what you do. You help people out with business. This is the person to talk to.
Yes.
To help out. She's an entrepreneur. So let's get into the Latina business owner people. Someone like you. Like you said, a young woman. How do you feel being a Latina woman and then being in the business world? What is your goal and impact? Like, how do you feel like you're going to make an impact in that whole area? Like, do you have see if you can follow me here.
Yeah,
like, do you have?
Yeah,
like, do you feel empowered? Do you feel like I want to represent for Latina women? Or are you just like, no, I'm just out for myself?
I do. No. I do. And not just like Latin women, right? But in general, like I said, I've been where people they you know what I say, don't judge a book by its cover, right? So I definitely want that. I also want to, like, you know, still be me, and you know, but also the professional, and I don't want people to just based on their appearance to get judged, right? So I think that's what I really want to put out there, is like, you can still be, you know, take care of yourself, you can still, you know, look a certain way, and also be smart and grind.
Yeah. Like, no, but it's true. Don't judge a book by its cover. Okay. Yeah. Just because you look young, you're very powerful, and you're doing your
I'm sure
thing.
she is young. Because I look young.
No, but I'm just saying, because people will probably be looking at you like, am I going to trust you to help me buy a business? Am I going to trust you to do this? Yeah. You're like, why do I need to prove? But you know what? Like you said, I have to sit there and prove to them that I can help them. Mm-hmm. And that's probably been the biggest challenge for you, like you were saying. Yeah, definitely. And unfortunately, it sucks that you have to do that. But you know what? Then you prove them wrong, and that makes you probably feel well. Yep. Like, you're like, see, motherfucker, you've been behind your head, you're right thinking, motherfucker, I proved you wrong. Yeah, I'm young. Yeah, I'm Latina, and I proved your ass wrong. Right?
Yeah. Here comes the guy question. What? So how do you navigate through, let's be real. You're getting hit on while she's doing that? We want to know the real.
We want the juicy stuff.
Here we go. Now, this is what our podcast is about. So how
this motherfucker?
No, I just want. Hey,
he had to ask. I bet you get hit on by men, huh? Tell her.
Let him ask the question.
Ask the right way, though.
Okay,
I bet you get hit on her.
Can you let? Wait, hold on. Can you let me say it? So during your business, you know, when you go out and do your business, how do you?
Here, you can even fucking have my mic.
How do you handle? How does women in general handle advances? I guess you can say. Can you tell when a guy?
You know,
can you tell when a guy is trying to?
Yes, I can.
Hello, see, fellas, don't try to get. I'm telling you, I've been trying to tell these. Don't try to be slick, because they know. They know.
I can.
They know. I'm just saying. Hey, get some more game.
I have a small story. I was sitting there, and one of my guys was like, I'm trying to close this guy, but he's just such an asshole. And I was like, okay, what is he saying to you? And he told me what he was saying, and I was like, let's get on a Zoom, all of us. And then he gets on the Zoom, and he was like, the nicest guy ever.
Right? Yeah,
well, yeah, he's a beautiful woman. Hello.
And I'm sitting there, and I was like, look, if you want to get this done, and you really, because he gives a hint. Oh, we should get coffee. Like.
Let's close the deal first, and then we'll get it.
Like, you know what? Let's do this.
Oh, goddamn. We got drinks in the house.
No, it didn't fall. You're like, let's just get some deal done. She's like, let's get the deal done, and then we'll go get some coffee.
Bring out the chichis.
I need the money to go get the coffee.
Let's get the deal done, and then, like Pete Cholo says, all of a sudden, you got my car washed for free. Yeah. Did you show Chi-Chi? I'm like, no, I didn't. He's like, all of a sudden, but you got my car free.
Hey, but you know what though? Hey, I'm gonna give you props, man, because here's the thing. If it gets a deal done, you gotta do a little. I'm sure you women know how to.
It's the same thing with men, though.
Tell me.
Have you met a male real estate agent?
That's a handsome dude.
That's like a handsome guy. He's gonna get the deal done. It's just
because these fucking cougar women, they're like, oh my god, he was so cute. Must have been in his 30s. I just wanted to get his bones. Oh my god, you know these fucking.
Here we go, Alex.
Women. These women are so horny. They want to bone every real estate agent that is. And they want to bone them. Of course, they're going to get a damn deal, right?
Yeah,
vice versa, right?
Were you ready for this? That I try to tell you.
But
we
vice
go no holds
barred. I kind of was. I mean, I kind of.
But it's vice versa, right?
It's true. It goes both ways. It's just that's why I feel like a lot of people in like the sales industry, they keep themselves like good looking. Right. They do it.
Why do you think the women or any woman that is older will go to a massage and get the young men that are buff?
I didn't know that.
Go massage me. Oh, my back.
How dare they? That is offensive.
Like these motherfuckers, all their friends go to the women because they get a happy ending.
I never went to a.
Friends did. Come on. That's a different different podcast. That's a whole different.
What are you
How dare you?
No.
How dare you?
Oh.
Anyway.
That is ridiculous.
A rub and tug? I've never been there.
Never.
Oh, but you know
What
about
is
the
that?
rub and
There
tug.
is out there. I've never been there.
Okay, that's for the next podcast, Roll. Rub and tugs is for the next one.
Hey, whatever. But
She knows what I'm
anyways,
talking about.
so let me. No, I got some more questions though.
Okay, keep
Back
asking.
on topic.
Yeah, let's keep
That's
on
the next
talking. God damn it.
podcast.
All right, gather your thoughts.
I'm liking
All right.
it.
So, with women
Let her
in
take a drink, Raw.
Okay, so
Take a drink, Alejandra.
Yeah,
Take
take
a
a
drink.
drink.
Yeah.
I need it.
drink. No, so
I think he needs a refill.
I don't know. I don't care, whatever. But anyway, so we don't want no dead air here. So anyway,
Yeah,
so,
well, dead hair or dead
dead
air?
air, same thing. Same thing. Oh my God. You see what I'm saying? It's like
Now, how does it feel to be ganged up on?
we try to have a serious podcast here, but leave
We
it to
try,
Norma. But that's what it's about. That's what we do. That's what we got
Raw.
the views. Anyway,
It is what it is, Raw.
can I continue talking
Absolutely,
to our
go
guest?
for it.
So
Our beautiful guest.
Yeah,
I mean, like you said,
Thank you.
there's a gorgeous guest coming. So let's just say that.
Thank you.
Hey,
you know,
I was being respectful
Thank you.
though.
I know you were.
Just be respectful.
I just have to tell her what you said.
So, anyways, back, and I gotta see her a lot now. Now I'm gonna be embarrassed.
So what? You know what? It's better to be honest than to lie to the girl. I am.
Anyways, so back to the business.
Okay, let's go to the business.
So, just I want to shout out to all the Latinas out there.
Yes.
Women empowerment. We got you here. We do appreciate that.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy to have
Latina
Alec.
power.
Yeah, I hit you up last minute, and I was like, man, I wonder if she'd come on, and she came on. Like, cool. And you're taking opportunities. I have a feeling you said, I don't want to speak for you, but I think when I hit you up, you probably thought to yourself, since you're a businesswoman, going, you know what? How can I use this to broadcast what I do?
Right.
You're taking opportunities. A lot of people don't take opportunities. And you took it within 2 hours notice.
Yep.
And you came on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to do.
Yeah.
Take
She's
the
hustling. Stop being fucking lazy.
Take the opportunities.
Do not be lazy, people.
You know, right before us, somebody was like, let's go paddleboarding. And I don't know why I was like, no, I got things to do. And then you were like, let's come on the podcast. I was like, yes, that's more productive.
You know why? Because you thought about a business opportunity, right?
That's more productive. Let's do that.
See what I'm talking about, people? She's not lazy.
No, she's a hardworking woman.
Yes.
So what do you think about, like, touch on that a little bit? How important is it to take opportunities?
Yeah.
When you see them?
Oh yeah, to be anywhere that I go, I love talking to people for that reason.
Right.
I'll be at the if I travel at the airport, I'll go get a drink at the bar. I'll talk to the person next to me because you never know what they do.
You never know.
And it can be you just never know, and you never know how they can help you or how you can help them or vice versa, right? So anywhere that I go, I'm always I like talking to people already, but I like to know, what do you hey, how can we help each other out?
Yeah.
Let's do something. What do you do? Okay, how can we help each other out? And people don't take advantage of that. I don't think.
Right.
So
and also I would love for you to tell people how important it is to network.
Yeah.
How important is
tell
that?
Raw how important it is to network and to carry our Raw Opinion stickers everywhere you go.
Didn't I go around telling people? I was trying to tell her I was at the pool.
I was surprised.
I was out there.
Alejandra, after he's been drilled a few times, Raw, carry stickers with you,
here's
Raw.
the thing. I'll be honest. Just
you have it in your phone too, where you can just tap.
Yeah, but I'll be honest. And we got some time, but I'll be honest. If a female goes up to somebody and is like, "Hey, check out my business," it's normal. But when a man does, what's the first thing these women think? Oh, he's just trying. Getting hit on.
But it's funny. All of a sudden,
even contact new. I had to throw her name in because I didn't want you to think. Let's be real. Did you let's have a little bit of a. Let's be honest.
Maybe because I have a different mentality. I mean, well, I don't know. Maybe I don't. I don't know. But I always think of, like, again, I like to know people. Like, I don't care who you are. Like, I don't care what you look like. If you're an alien, I don't care. I'm gonna be like, hey, like, what do you do? And then based off that first conversation, then I'll decide.
He did hit me up. He's like, guess what? He goes, I hit up this girl. She's PR. No, I didn't hit her up because I want to be with her. He says, it's all strictly business.
Because they're always, first of all, they think because I am single and they're always trying, I'm like, but he said, it was strictly business. He said, I'm not trying. Like,
he was specific on our business thread.
He said nothing what she looked like. He just told us.
No, he said, this is strictly business.
Yes, I promise you.
But when he got here, he did say, by the way, she's gorgeous. I'm like, okay. But he did say it was all strictly business.
No, because I had to be like, what? So you guys still don't think I'm trying to work in PR here. I'm trying to be our.
He was very professional.
Yes.
Of course, you're gonna back him up.
And has been. Yeah, the whole time.
You know what? Hold on. Let her back. Hold on, Norma. Let her back me up really quick. Has there been anything that's non-professional about me?
No, the whole conversation was
because
throw a clap in there. Throw a clap in there.
Okay, I do have to say, Alejandra.
Thank you.
I do have to say, Rollo is a gentleman. He's always been a gentleman. As much as my brother, I have to say he is a gentleman. He's always been a respectful man.
Thank you. I feel like I'm
even if it irks me to say that he is, because he's my brother, but he's always been a gentleman. But he was very. He said it's his business, blah blah blah. Right. And then when he got here, he's like, she is gorgeous. I'm like,
okay. So, anyways,
I'm like,
back to the head of topic. We're gonna go ahead and wrap up here.
Yeah, we're gonna wrap up.
But I do want you to.
Let everybody know.
Let everybody know what
Hold on, can I say this?
All right, go ahead. My bad. Ladies first.
Because it's a Latina power.
Latina power.
Let me just.
Latina power, baby. Yeah.
It's about Latina power, entrepreneur. I'm going to let Alejandra close this out by letting you guys know where you can follow her if you need any business advice. Mm-hmm. Reach out to her. If you're starting something, do not have any fear. She is going to help you people. Let them know where they can reach you, where they can find you. Not to be scared, because you know what? You got to take that leap of faith, right?
Yep.
Let them know where they can find you.
Where you find it, everything.
So you can do Instagram. Everything on my Instagram, I have the link there. You can find me all through Instagram, which will be, you're going to laugh, pineapple and tequila.
Yes, I saw that. But we will put your link on the show.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that. I wanted to start my own tequila. I have yet to do it, but I will do it.
Why don't we do it together?
Okay. Yeah.
No, seriously, because I'm in love with tequila.
There you go.
And you like pineapple probably.
Yeah,
so you know what?
We just made a business connection and me and King Cho will get no money.
Stay tuned. Alejandra.
We'll be coming soon. Yeah.
Yes, you never know.
Let her do her bit.
But yeah, no, you can find me through honestly, to be honest, probably Instagram would be the easiest way, because I have all my email in there, my calendar in there, and then all my websites too. So.
Is it pineapple_tequila?
Pineapple_N_tequila.
You guys heard it here. We will put the link on her show. I'm looking at you. Sorry, everybody. There's too complicated. But yes, Alejandra, it was an honor to have you here. It was a pleasure to have you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much. And again, Latina entrepreneur, thank you so much for coming. Alejandra, everybody, thank you.
Let me just say my closing remark. Allie was not afraid to come on the show, baby.
No, she wasn't.
Thank you so much.
Stay tuned for the tequila.
Hey!
The hottest podcast on the internet.